Welcome to the Hooniverse and to a brand new video. Now, the Doctor is a truly iconic character, travelling through time and space, having all kinds of adventures. The Doctor has had many faces, lived many lives, and today I'm answering the question, who is your favourite Doctor? Which Doctor is the best, the most beloved by viewers of this channel? To find out, I made a huge poll including all the main 16 Doctors and then a second poll including all the lesser known incarnations, and let you guys vote. So before I break down the finalists and the overall winners, let's take a look at how each Doctor performed. Firstly, we have the first 4 Doctors. As you can see, the first Doctor has 8% of the vote, followed by the second Doctor with 10%. The third Doctor has 18% of the vote, and finally the fourth Doctor has a whopping 65% of the vote, making him the first finalist. In the next poll, we have the fifth Doctor with 19% of the vote, followed by the sixth Doctor with 10% of the vote, the seventh Doctor with 38% of the vote, and finally the eighth Doctor with 33% of the vote, placing the seventh Doctor into the finals. As we enter New Who, we have our next poll with the War Doctor with 4% of the vote, the ninth Doctor has 17% of the vote, the 10th Doctor has 49% of the vote, and the 11th Doctor has 30% of the vote. This means the 10th Doctor wins this poll and is the third finalist. Finally, in the last main Doctor poll, we have the 12th Doctor with a huge 65%, followed by the 13th Doctor with 3%. The 14th Doctor has 26% of the vote, and our current Doctor, the 15th Doctor, has 6% of the vote. This makes the 12th Doctor our final finalist. So before we move on to the more obscure and more unknown Doctors, let's find out the winner of this category with the final poll results. In fourth place, with 6% of the overall vote, is the 7th Doctor, played by Sylvester McCoy. Now, reading the comments, there were plenty of love for this Doctor, in particular how Big Finish Audios have really developed his character, which I think is just awesome. Next up, in third place with 20% of the vote, in a shocking revelation, it's the 4th Doctor, played by Tom Baker. A truly iconic portrayal of the Doctor that lives rent-free in the minds of most as the definitive Doctor. It's really interesting to see him in third place, however still a very worthy achievement. In second place, with 35% of the vote, and this was a close one, it's the 10th Doctor, played by David Tennant. That's right, the shocks keep coming, with arguably one of the best known Doctors and usual winner of favourite Doctor polls falling just short this time. So what does this mean? Well, the winner, with 39% of the vote, the incarnation voted as your favourite Doctor is the 12th Doctor, played by Peter Capaldi. The 12th Doctor travelled in the TARDIS between 2014 and 2017, and was given a mixed reception at first after his regeneration from the 11th Doctor, played by Matt Smith. Over time, this version of the character grew love and support from a fanbase, watching in glee as Capaldi captured the nuances of a classic Doctor in the modern day, encompassing the years of the well-travelled Doctor in his performance. It's no secret Capaldi is a huge fan of the show, and I think is a very deserving winner. This poll just shows how every vote really does count. Was it the Doctor you expected? Did you vote for the winner? Let me know in the comments below. And now onto the more obscure Doctors, as over the years there have been many Doctors hidden from and throughout the show. So let's see who your favourite unknown Doctor was. The first 4 include the Morbius Doctor with 1% of the vote, then the Fugitive Doctor with 20% of the vote, the Valeyard with 13% of the vote, and finally the Curator with 65% of the vote, making the Curator the very first finalist. And in the next poll we have the Schalke Doctor with 11% of the vote. The Dream Lord had 30% of the vote. We also have the Unbound Doctor with 9% of the vote, and finally Doctor Who with 50% of the vote, making this Doctor Who movie Doctor the second finalist. Next up, we have the Master Doctor with 19% of the vote, the Mould Witch Doctor with 2% of the vote, the Final Doctor has 4% of the vote, and the Curse of Fatal Death Doctor has 75% of the vote and is our third finalist. In this poll, we have the Meta-Crisis Doctor with 78% of the vote, then we have the Watcher with 16%, the Doctor from the Rose Target novels with 3%, and this Doctor from the same novel also holding 3% of the vote, placing the Meta-Crisis Doctor as the final finalist. I also did a bonus poll on the remaining Curse of Fatal Death Doctors, which you can see here. Now, it's time to find out who is the best unknown Doctor, your forgotten favourite. In fourth place, with 12% of the vote, we have Doctor Who, played by Peter Cushing, appearing in 2 films, the first titled Doctor Who and the Daleks in 1965, and the second titled Daleks Invasion of Earth 2150 AD. Next up, in third place, with 17% of the vote, it's the Meta-Crisis Doctor, played by David Tennant. The Doctor most famously appeared in 2008 TV episode Journey's End, however has gone on to appear in audio stories, short stories, and comics too. In second place, with 18% of the vote, missing out on the top spot, it's the Curse of Fatal Death Doctor, played by Rowan Atkinson. That's right, Mr. Bean played the Doctor during the 1999 comic relief story written by Stephen Moffat. So, it comes down to our winner. Your favourite forgotten Doctor, with a whopping 53% of the vote, is the Curator, famously played by Tom Baker in 2013's 50th anniversary special, The Day of the Doctor, and its associated novel. The Curator would also appear in multiple Big Finish audio stories, sometimes choosing the form closest to his 4th incarnation, and other times closer to his 6th incarnation, played by Colin Baker. So there we have it, your favourite Doctors. The poll has given us the 12th Doctor as your most loved of the main incarnations, and then the Curator as your favourite forgotten Doctor. Do you agree with the result? Who's your favourite Doctor? Let me know in the comments below. And remember, these are all opinions. Be kind to one another. The Doctor can be whoever you want them to be. I hope you've enjoyed this more unusual video. If you want to be involved more, just subscribe and take a look at the community tab, where I post video updates, polls, fun facts, and more. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.